Hi guys, welcome to another lesson. Today we're gonna work on the second video on independence on drum kit. We're gonna see how to be able to listen all the 16 notes and play the very 16 notes on top of double strokes with our feet, and we'll start playing the double strokes in different area of the bars so that we get used to play like regular double strokes or inverted double strokes and so on, starting with the left foot, starting with the right foot, so that we really get to learn how to control this pattern and how to be able to improvise and hear all the 16 notes on top of this. So first of all, if you need to develop the technique for double strokes on your feet, there are various ways of doing this. You can either check other episodes or use the technique that you're already able to use. And once you have that mastered and you're pretty free of playing double strokes on both right and left foot, you can start putting this together. And we can start very slow, controlling this with our legs. So meaning that we use bigger muscles and we play slowly the double strokes. So in this way. So as you can see, I am using my entire leg to actually play each stroke. I'm not involving my ankle motion too much. But of course, this is good for at first to learn slowly the parts and learn how to, play the accents around the double strokes. But then you want to also be able to speed this up, and so you want to shift the control on the ankles. So let's see, speeding it up, how we shift the control from the bigger muscles to the smaller one. I'll use the slide technique, which is the one that I personally like and prefer to use for double strokes. So let's go. So the more I speed the motion up, the more all the motion goes more on the ankle. So at first, when I play slow, each stroke requires me a full leg motion. So upstroke and downstroke motion, like. So I'll do this motion twice. Instead, when I speed it up, I'll do one leg motion and I'll just work with my ankle to make the two strokes happen. So if you see the leg, slowly it's going to be two upstroke and downstrokes. Instead, faster is going to be only one upstroke and downstroke for two strokes. So this is very important for us because it's going to be a reference on which we're going to play on. So whenever I'm working on independence, I will always want to work on two different type of references. One is the physical reference, so the motions that my bigger muscles are doing while I'm playing this, because it's easier. Like the bigger muscles have a better connection to the brain, and it's easier for me to think of, for example, fast double strokes, thinking only of the big muscles. So to have a good spacing between the notes, I just think, the single motions. So I'll try to do single strokes and then double strokes, and you will see that the leg motion, it's always going to be the same, and that's going to be my main physical reference for where I'm going to play stuff on top of this. So the leg motion doesn't change, and this is going to be what stays in my mind while I play on top of this. Then the second reference is of course going to be hearing whatever I want to play on top of this, and basically I will have to get to a point where my double strokes are going to be an automation, something that I don't think about anymore, and I can focus only on what I'm gonna do on top of that. A good way of actually working on this is have different sounds. It's going to be maybe a little bit harder at first because you have to get used to, and the different sounds will pull you off a little bit. You will really hear the upbeat and downbeat of every thing that you're playing, and the circles are going to be a little bit longer, but then it will really put you in a situation where you cannot do mistakes, and it will help you to actually control and understand exactly where you are in the cycles of bars that you're playing on top of this. So let's see exactly how this whole exercise would look like, and then let's break it down and go through each step to get to the point to then control all these 16 notes accent on top of the first double stroke pattern, which is going to be the regular 2 strokes with the right, 2 strokes with the left. Let's start very slowly, and then I'll do another example a little bit faster with the 2 different type of control of my legs. What I'm going to play on top of this with my hands is going to be, first of all, I call this like the alphabet of the accents, which means I will play almost every 16 notes combination possible, going on the first 16 notes, then second 16 notes, third, fourth, then first and second, second, third, third, fourth, fourth, first. Then I'm going to play triplets, then I'm going to play fives, and then sevens, so that I literally start hearing, I wouldn't say all the combinations, but most of the combinations that I could eventually then hear when I want to improvise on top of like this pattern. So I will be able to play all the first accents, second, third, fourth, first and second, and so on, triplets, 5, and I will know exactly where I am whenever I'm playing this. I'm not gonna just get lost in what I'm playing. So let's see exactly what I mean, and it's gonna be easier to understand.